We have a Viper 6 alert day in effect for tomorrow. Another windy day in store, along with the possibility of some strong to severe storms. Then over the weekend, starting out breezy, but sunny and cooler. I'll have all the details coming up.
Now at 10, a new Discovery Center opening today. How middle schoolers can get a head start on financial literacy. Also ahead, a ribbon cutting for a new facility at Augusta Preparatory School was held today. We'll take you there. And the latest on the search for an Augusta city administrator. Why the mayor says he won't expand the field. Your news at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins tonight with a new Junior Achievement of Georgia Center opening up for students right here in the CSRA. Nikita Dennis joins us live with more.
Yeah, the J.A. Discovery Center is for middle schoolers from both Richmond and Columbia counties, offering them hands-on experience in financial literacy.
Junior Achievement Discovery Center has been in the works for about the last 2 years. It's an opportunity to provide exposure for our 6th and 7th grade students.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Educators and city officials cut the ribbon at the new Junior Achievement Discovery Center Thursday. It will allow students to take a deep dive into the real world and get a first look at the housing market.
We need to expose them to financial literacy, personal finance, get them to understand how to thrive in an economy, understand currency, money, how to pay bills, how to invest, how to save.
The Discovery Center is full of simulated businesses, including restaurants, local hospitals, colleges, and even a Delta airline, teaching kids how to spend money the right way.
Advertisements on a little board trying to get me to come buy their products.
As you see, there's many businesses that are represented throughout the region. Some are local, some are national. Just to how commerce works, not only in this area, but across the country. How you procure goods and services, how you sell goods and services.
It also teaches them entrepreneurship.
You look at all these wonderful sponsors that are going to be teaching our children financial stewardship, how to balance a checkbook, partnerships, how to earn a good wage, and how to balance your budget. So this is just unbelievable. Teaching our kids life skills.
The Discovery Center is located in Evans, and they're also looking for volunteers to help. Back to you, Jeannie.
That looks so neat, Nikita. Thank you so much. A ribbon cutting was held today for the Giles Institute of Inquiry at Augusta Preparatory School. The 20,000 square foot facility will help students sharpen their STEM skills and more to prepare them for college.
The new building has a bunch of new features like the VR room. It's going to be really helpful for my anatomy class. We're going to be able to look in depth into even like the heart or the brain or the cell, a nerve, whatever.
It's one of a kind because we've got all the disciplines you would think about, the traditional sciences, right? Biology, chemistry, physics in this building. And then more technological sciences that we've all seen mature since we were in high school.
It just gives us a different perspective and kind of prepares us for how college is actually going to be like. I feel like the building's very similar to how like a college campus science building would look like.
The classes of 1989, 2014, and 2020 were honored for their contributions at the ceremony as well. It is time now for a first look at the forecast. Here's meteorologist Jenna Petracci.
Well, it's another cold night. We are staying dry for now. Here's a live look in at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam over at Augusta Regional Airport. Our winds are very calm tonight, and we are mostly clear. Today's high temperature was 58 degrees. That is pretty much right around average. Our low temperature was well below average, though. We started out only in the upper 20s today, so a very cold start to our Thursday and ending pretty chilly as well. We're sitting at 38 here in town, 42 in Thompson. Aiken, you're also at 38. 40 in Millen, 37 in Swainsboro, 41 now in Gibson, Edgefield, you're at 42, Lincolnton at 43. Winds pretty much at 0 miles per hour for a lot of us, 5 in Edgefield, so overall No concerns when it comes to the wind for now, and for satellite and radar not showing any rain at all across our area or much of the southeast. But we are watching this low pressure system that's going to continue to move into our direction, gaining a lot of strength, and you can already see that happening now right over Arkansas where that warm front's located. So that's why we have a Viper 6 alert day tomorrow. That system will be bringing us some very high wind speeds, also the chance of some strong to severe storms. Notice the winds will be gusting up to 45 miles per hour, and that's outside of any storm. So if we do get some severe weather, the winds will be even higher than that. And there is a slight risk of that. Level 2 out of 5 on our severe weather scale for tomorrow. Starting out though, pretty nice tomorrow. No concerns of really even any rain through the 8 o'clock hour, partly cloudy and staying in the 30s. Our main concern though, definitely the winds, and this time frame is really between the hours of 2 to 8 p.m., so not very long here. And then by Friday night, we'll clear out quickly, still staying windy though through Saturday morning. And next week, we'll have a very big cool down coming our way. So I'll have all those details coming up, but back to you, Jenny.
Jenna, thanks. Tomorrow's weather forecast is impacting some school schedules. Aiken, Barnwell, Edgefield, and McCormick counties will have early dismissal. Allendale and Bamberg counties will learn online. For a full list of changes, just go to our website, WJBF.com. A Columbia County teacher has been fired after she allegedly hit a student back in September. She didn't deny it, and her defense team says it was justified. The decision to fire former Grovetown High School JROTC instructor Major Cecile Williams was made late this afternoon after a day-long hearing. Her defense team argued that she thought she saw the victim lick another student's ear, and she was trying to stop it by taking action. The victim and the other student both said at the hearing there was no licking of an ear. The victim says Major Williams struck him open-handed in the face and pulled him out of formation afterward to apologize. He said he wasn't injured.
Do you think her actions have affected her ability to remain effective as an educator in the school district?
Yes.
We requested a copy of the surveillance video showing the incident, but that request was denied. It's an either-or situation for Augusta leaders when it comes to finding a permanent city It's an either-or situation for Augusta leaders when it comes to finding a permanent city administrator. The selection process has suffered a setback as one of 3 finalists recommended by the mayor has backed out. Here's George Escala.
There were 3 finalists for the Augusta City Administrator job. Now there are 2 after Robert Civic told the city he's out.
Seeing the way that everything went down on Monday, it's really no surprise that any of the candidates chose to withdraw.
Commissioners were angered the mayor released the names of the finalists before a legal meeting Monday. But with only 2 remaining, they are now looking at an either-or choice.
The process states that he would bring us 3 recommendations. Being that the last recommendation, withdrew, I don't see why we can't replace that recommendation with another.
Commissioners have expressed support for interim administrator Takia Douse to be a finalist, but the mayor is moving ahead with his 2 recommendations.
I think it's prudent that we vote on these 2 candidates that we have right now, per the direction of the charter. As you know, the charter states that I can name up to 3 candidates. Does not say I have to name 3. We have 2 qualified candidates that are remaining.
I will hope that the mayor would present Takia Douse as the next finalist. I mean, he should. He has no reason not to.
The charter allows the mayor to make the recommendations, and that's what I've done. Those recommendations, in my opinion, was based on experience. Those 3 candidates that I presented were the most experienced.
Ms. Douse should be in the top 3. Anyone who says that Ms. Douse is not qualified is only speaking silly political rhetoric and mess, honestly.
And the search for a new administrator has not been as clean as city leaders wanted. In Augusta, George Escala, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Still ahead, Jenna, with a look at your forecast, what to look out for tomorrow. Plus, a new medical facility is headed to Beacon Bluff in North Augusta. We've got the details after the break.
Family cabinets too, located at 383 Tower Drive in Augusta.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good Thursday evening. Let's start out with a look at these crazy temperatures across the United States. We are seeing anywhere from -6 degrees in Bismarck to 72 down in Brownsville, Texas. So whenever we see a gradient like this, that means there's a very strong storm system, and that's exactly what's headed our way. In the meantime, a calm night, just cold, seeing some upper 30s to low 40s. And here at the CSRA, or here at Augusta on Washington Road on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, nice and dry tonight, sitting at 38 degrees here in town. And as we look at satellite and radar, we did have a little bit of cloud cover earlier, most of those clouds pushing off towards the southeast. But as you wake up tomorrow morning, we'll be back to those partly cloudy skies as we have this low pressure system inching our way. Right now, that warm front is causing a lot of activity across Arkansas, and that's going to eventually move our way by tomorrow afternoon. Our main concern tomorrow being the high wind speeds, gusting up to 45 miles per hour, and that wind advisory continues all the way through Saturday morning. The Storm Prediction Center has placed us in a slight risk of severe weather, so it's level 2 out of 5 on our scale, so something to take seriously, but overall our threats are pretty low. Starting out tomorrow in the 30s, no rain until around 10 a.m., but no storms until around 3 p.m., and it'll be once we get warmer where we'll have the storm activity. So as we look at tonight, not much going on. Then as we go into Friday morning, still dry until the warm front lifts through. This is 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon. That's when we'll be in the warm sector, which means we'll have the chance of storm development. And then once the cold front passes, no more storms. So this will be a quick time frame from around 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. is when we could have some strong to severe storms. As I mentioned, not much going on in the morning. We'll actually be in a wedge setup, so it'll be cloudy, cool, and also a little bit rainy. And then as we go into 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's these cells where we'll have to watch for a brief spin up tornado, hail, and a little bit of heavy rain at times, but definitely the gusty winds. You can see our wind barbs here staying strong all the way after the rain is done. We're going to pay close attention to the dew points. That will really help determine how much active weather we get. We're starting out only in the 40s, and even through the morning only in the 50s, and that's not enough moisture to produce storms. But once the 60s start to creep in, that's when the entire CSRA will have the chance of some of that severe weather. Notice as the cold front slides through, we go right back to dew points only in the 30s and 40s. Rainfall totals really not too high. Most of us only around 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. So any storms that do develop will drop a bit of rain and then quickly move out of here. Winds though in the morning gusting up to around 15-20 miles per hour, increasing by the afternoon, coming in from the southeast ahead of that cold front. 4 o'clock is when our wind advisory starts. Once again, could see those gusts up to 45 miles per hour, and even once the rain stops, still expect it to be pretty windy going into our Saturday. So medium threat of damaging winds, low threat of everything else. And then also pay attention to what's happening next week. We won't have as many rainy days and stormy days, but we will have the cold. Our high temperatures will be dropping all the way down into the 40s, and of course that means the low temperatures will be much lower than that. But for tonight, we're right around average, low of 35 in Augusta. Highs tomorrow will be warmer than they were today, making it into the mid-60s once that warm front comes through. So the Viper 6 alert day is only for tomorrow. The weekend will be beautiful. It will be cool, a little breezy, but nice and dry. A few more showers early next week, and then very, very cold temperatures. Lows will only be in the low 20s, 20 degrees on Wednesday morning.
Goodness. All right. Thank you so much, Jenna. A major announcement for the city of North Augusta. The MEDAC building will soon have a new purpose. The North Augusta Ford Executive Committee has been working on a plan for the building to revamp the downtown area. In a partnership between Palmetto Peach Development, the building will soon be the new home of Augusta Oncology's multi-specialty clinic. City leaders say this has been a long time coming.
That used to be the skating ring when I was a child, and we lived right up the street, so we'd walk down to the skating room. But more than that, I was just looking at coming down, the building itself is beautiful, and that's just going to be such an asset to our downtown. That has been one of our dreams here on City Council.
A formal announcement will be made tomorrow at 2 in the afternoon. Stay with us. We'll have a look at the GOP countdown in Iowa when your news at 10 continues.
Hi, folks.
Turnout could be tricky, though. Iowa is expected to get even more snow, and temperatures there could dip below 0 degrees ahead of caucus night. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brand.
Coming up, Border Bowl 11 is almost here, and Team South Carolina was hard at work getting in their final practices before Saturday. Kira Goldstein is up next with sports.
Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
Border Bowl is almost here, folks. We are less than 2 days away from the game of the year taking place between Team Georgia and Team South Carolina. Both teams have been very hard at work preparing for Saturday's game, and Team South Carolina is arguably the team with more on the line. South Carolina won 4 consecutive Border Bowls before the 2020 game, Border Bowl 8, was canceled due to COVID. Since then, Team Georgia has earned back-to-back shutout victories over South Carolina. But head coach Brian Smith says his team has been committed to the process, and he's especially grateful to his coaching staff for helping him put together an impressive Team South Carolina.
Coaching staff's a great group. I've got 4 former players of mine, 2 former assistant coaches of mine, and then a couple other guys who are good friends of mine and been friends a long time. So we're a tight-knit bunch, and we're excited. We've got a good time together as a bunch of coaches, and as we said, we're going to have a fun week no matter what happens. But it's great to get here with these guys. They're happy to be out on the field a little bit and moving around and playing football again. Some of them, thought they played their last game, and this may be their last game, and others are still looking for that shot. So we're just glad to give an opportunity for all of them.
That shot has been known to come to players in this game, with some even earning scholarships to play football at the next level based on their performance in Border Bowl.
We joke about here, Bowen Smith, OC over at South Egg, and he's our offensive coordinator this week, and he got a scholarship for this ball game. And when he played at South Egg, he played quarterback, and so he's one of those guys that just kind of came out there and balled out one night and had the opportunity to go in college and play. So we're just excited about the opportunity. Again, this is a chance to play football. If you love the game, it's a chance for you to play.
And if you love the game, it's also a chance for you to watch. It'll be here in the blink of an eye. So, for any of you who plan on attending, here are some important things to note. The gates at Burke County will open at 11 and kickoff is at 1 p.m. Tickets are $10 if you buy them at WJBF.com and $15 at the door. Parking will be $5 cash only, so make sure to get there early and with cash to ensure a great parking spot. We can't wait to see you all there. And finally, the top-ranked Gamecocks visited Mizzou as they continued SEC play. Down by 1, here's Bree Hall with the 3 as she gives South Carolina their first lead of the game. Then in the second, SC up by 3. Tahina Powell collects the rebound and heaves it down court to Camila Cordoso, who lays it in for 2. Gamecocks will take a 13-point lead into halftime. Third quarter, Johnson swings it up top to Bree Hall, who drains it, giving her a career-high 21 points on the night. Shooting was really working for SC with 5 Gamecocks scoring in double figures. Then in the fourth, Tahina Powell drains a 3 to put the game away. The Gamecocks start the season 15-0 as they get the win over Mizzou, 81-57. That does it for sports.
Olympus Granite is
The lowest rate possible. You have no obligation. Call now.
And last but not least, a nurse in Lansing, Michigan, going above and beyond in helping others.
She helped one patient and his dog when 2 of them needed it the most. Rachel Ramsey with more.
There are good people out there that will take care of those people that need help.
David McKenna needed help. Last Thursday, he fainted and ended up spending days on the floor. His dog Matilda with him the entire time.
She was always by my side. There were periods that she would start barking at me like, come on, let's do something.
McKenna says on Sunday he was able to crawl to his life alert to get help, but his biggest worry was Matilda.
Told me that he had a dog at home, that no one was at home with the dog. I couldn't let it go. I had to make sure somebody knew about the dog. That's when I talked to Jody.
Case manager Jody Davis got to work trying to contact McKenna's family members, but with no luck, she took matters into her own hands, went to McKenna's house and got Matilda.
Just completely was like wagging her tail, jumping up and down. So we went in the house and we immediately found the leash and let the dog out. And then while my son was letting the dog out, I cleaned all the mess up because we didn't want to leave it for him when he gets home.
Davis took the dog to her daughter-in-law's grooming business and got her all cleaned up. Then she brought Matilda back to her home where she could run around the backyard with Davis's dogs.
I love animals and I would hope someone would do that for me. And plus, a patient can't heal and focus on their own wellness while they're so distraught about whether it be an animal, a family member, any of those things.
Those are not things that you normally see in today's world. And that makes me feel so much better.
Matilda is now with McKenna's son, and he can't wait to be reunited with her.
Oh,
We're all like about to sob over here.
yeah.
What a story.
Wow, that was emotional.
That was very emotional.
Amazing
for all of us.
people.
Wow,
Yes.
so glad they're okay.
Glad the dog is okay.
Yes.
We love dogs.
Well, for a 10-day forecast, we have a Viper 6 alert day in effect tomorrow. We will definitely have some windy conditions along with some scattered storms. High of 65, a warmer day, cooler again over the weekend, sunny and dry. A few showers early next week, and the rest of the week will be very, very cold.
Thanks for watching, everyone. The news continues at the top of the hour on WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Hogan's Heroes is next here on MeTV.